Let's talk about investing in wellness instead of fear of illness. Where to begin on this topic? I think the place to begin is really talking about food, first of all, that people eat. Because the food you eat is really a lot about what you become and your health. And so it's really important to ingest really food that you personally like. Like an orange for one person is a pear for somebody else. People really like different kinds of food. And they need to, that journey of discovering what kinds of food you really like and what makes you feel good, that's just a great thing to do. And when you go to the grocery store and you see, wow, the string beans are really great today, and the other day the winter squash look really great to you, you're going to be attracted to food, and as time goes on, you get to figure out what food makes you feel the best. And I'm not talking about being perfect about eating where you don't eat things that aren't so good for you. I'm just talking about the main part of your diet should be things that are really particularly delicious for you and things you really like to do. And of course, I think most people know that it's not really good to eat too late at nighttime. It's better to eat your meals sooner than that. So have a great time, find great food, make your body feel really good that way. When you do that, most of that food isn't really just used to feed you. Most of that food's used to build your body and your health. So you have 16 different organs in your body that really need support to develop. And they need different nutrients in order to do that. So some things are really good for your liver, and other things are really good for your stomach, and other things are good for your lungs, and other things are good for your brains. And that includes supplements and herbs that people like to buy to supplement the food they eat. Pretty hard to get all the food you need from even the best organic and biodynamic food. People end up taking supplements to support them. And they're fabulous herbs that you can buy, and supplements you can buy that can really make your body stronger in very specific ways. The more the person is well, the more their body demands exercise, and two kinds of that. An aerobic form of exercise that they like to do, and stretching, so that you're developing your internal health through your stretching, and you're developing your external immune system by doing fitness training. It's really the amount of time that somebody spends doing that, say they stretch 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes at nighttime, or more than that, or whatever, it's an insurance policy. It's medical insurance. And the same thing with the good food you eat. And so it's really good to spend whatever time that is. Now, you might find that in order to stretch, you find that to be a miserable and unimaginable thing to spend your time doing or to exercising. But what everybody knows is that if you start doing it, within 5 minutes, you start feeling good. So just get over that inertia and get into doing that exercise of the stretches. Now, on the Genius of Flexibility webpage, we have 16 kinds of stretches. It tells you what organs they're associated with in Chinese medicine, how to resist naturally when you stretch to get a great stretch, how it affects you in other ways. So you can go there to learn how to develop different parts of your body and connect to different foods that you like to eat. The other thing about wellness that I don't think most people are still considering is that there's not just physical wellness, there's psychological wellness or fitness psychologically. And what we've discovered is that there's 16 different aspects of you psychologically that could be developed. And you can do that from different exercises, stretches that target developing those parts of yourself psychologically, and also in your life, how you're behaving to develop yourself psychologically. And then there's another part of wellness, which has a lot to do with your emotionality. That's your good looks, how your looks are affecting other people, and how you're maturing emotionally. Because see, people in terms of emotionality, most people kind of think they're attracted to very few people. But if you start stretching a lot, you find out everybody's just unbelievably attractive. And then you get to mature what that attraction means. So somebody you're attracted to in one moment, after a while you realize they would be good as a friend. Somebody else would be good for business. Somebody else would be good to study with. So your attraction to people has to be differentiated And that's called maturing your emotionality. And then the other kind of wellness has to do with your spirituality, your value systems, your energy of your body, your imagination, developing your spiritual values that really represent and guide you into your life and how you interface with other people. So there's 4 parts of wellness. There's a physical and physiological part, there's a psychological part, there's an emotional part, and there's a spiritual part. And what you want to do is find out which one of those you need more input into. Like somebody that's really physically well doesn't mean they're necessarily very developed psychologically or emotionally or spiritually. So whatever part you're not developed the most in, then invest in that part of your wellness. So then you have a very full concept of your own wellness and how to investigate it. In the future, what's going to be available is that instead of going to your doctors or your health practitioner, your naturopath, osteopath, whichever people you like to use as your primary health physicians, they're going to help you to measure the health of the 16 organs in your body, your 16 physiological health. And it'll be a very simple readout like your liver is functioning at an 8 compared to a 10, or your stomach is functioning at a 4 compared to a 10. And then you'll know what you need to concentrate on. And then you could stretch those muscles or take in supplements or food that's good for that. And the same thing's going to be available for you evaluating yourself psychologically. So you know, wow, I'm too obsessive, I'm not really ambitious enough. I get in a bad mood more often than I see other people. I need to be in a better mood. How do I develop that part of myself through stretches and food and social activities that can be involved in? So in the near future, you're going to have a way of measuring your health and where you are. So instead of just waiting to find out if you're diseased or being afraid of getting ill or having a disease, you'll know what stage of your development you're in terms of your health. And then you're not just always harboring this fear that you're going to get ill. There's another part of this that I think really people need to bridge into, and that is that if you're really spending time investing in your wellness in all these different ways, you don't prematurely age. You're not thinking, oh, when I'm 65 and I retire, I don't have to work anymore, but now my knees don't work so well, so I can't play tennis, and I can't digest those oranges anymore, and I can't do this and I can't do that. And that's not what it's really like at all. I'm 71. I'm telling you, my body's better than it was when I was a teenager. I'm more developed emotionally also than I was as a teenager, and spiritually and psychologically. And I kind of identified which things, based on evaluating myself and getting perspective from other people, what I need to work on, and have other people help me do that. So I think to have your health and your wellness, it really does take a community of people to actually help you identify what you need to do and to help you do that. And it's fun to do. It's great to go to an organic farm and see how they grow the food. It's great to go to the farmer's market and talk to the farmers. Your connection to the people that are involved in your wellness is a huge part of being well. And so we want that connection to happen with your wellness and with everybody else's wellness. Okay, great. Have a great time.